see. I think we're here now. Nope, we're not there. All right. I think our technical situation is solved. And I think we're good to go. Let me just make sure that everything is working right. And as you guys, as my regulars who come, you should notice that the music is back. I spoke before that I had a new system, and with the new system, I'm still kind of going back through the new system and then working the kinks back out. Back in, back out. But let me see if everybody is there. And let me go over here to see if I can find you guys. And there we go. So I know I'm there, and I see a couple people in the chat. So I'll wait a minute, and then we'll wait just to let everybody get here, and then we'll bring in their first guest. And on that note, while we're waiting for some people to get here, I want to tell you about tomorrow's guest, a near-death experiencer that was in a car accident. Both people died, and they were together on the other side for a little while. They were both traveling through the tunnel together. And I guess while they were in the tunnel, they still had some sort of astral body. But once they got to wherever they were going, they dropped the body and they were complete energy. And then I think she still sensed her being there, but she no longer could see her. Anyways, this guest was given, well, there was a choice. I don't know if it was given to both of them or not, but she was given a choice to come back, and she came back. But it's very few, or there are very few NDEs where two people die at the same time and are together on the other side. So I think you guys are going to find this one fascinating. All right, so it's slowly repopulating. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I also want to let you know that if you are a gold or silver member, tomorrow night is our hangout night. On the first Sunday of the night, of the month, actually, is when we do the hangouts. And now that I've actually scheduled them and people understand, they're pretty busy. They're not live. They're just us hanging out, talking about whatever you guys want to talk about for about an hour-ish. And it's just something totally different. And it's easy to become a member. So if you want to join us on that, maybe we will see you tomorrow night. For those of you that already come or have come to the show, it's always the same Zoom link, and I'll post it again tomorrow, but basically that is it. All right, so we've got 50 people here. I guess we can go ahead. I'm confused. Let me see. I think that's just the old one. If you just delete that. Or if you read that. Anyways, this one's still populating, and we're working just fine. So we have two guests tonight. One guest is Eva van Zeeland, and the other is Kelly. And Kelly was a previous guest almost a year ago, and Eva is brand new. So let me tell you about Eva, because she's first, and I need to get going, but she's all the way in the Netherlands, and she's staying up late to be with us tonight. She is a galactic press officer and spokesperson for the extraterrestrial or multi-dimensional contact. And she's also the creator of a fifth dimension or 5D dating website, which sounds really fascinating too. So let's bring Eva in and see what's going on. And let's go here and find her. There she is, and click admit. Eva.
Yes.
Thanks for hanging on. I had some problems here, but we got everything sorted out. The live show is a lot different than a pre-recorded, right?
I know all about it, but
Yeah.
here we are.
Here we are. Sometimes complications arise. All right, so
Yes.
you are a galactic press officer and a spokesperson for the ET or multidimensional contact. How did that
Yes.
happen for you?
Somebody has to do it.
Well, why not? Yes.
Yeah. I really felt the urge in 2020 to talk about something different than the whole crazy circus we were in at that time. I wanted to focus on something positive that more people are open to believe. And then the whole starseed story came to me, and that really resonated with me. I had really big life questions about what am I doing here? Why do I live if I am eventually going to die? I didn't believe the whole Darwin story. So when the whole starseed story came to me about, I always was interested in aliens and UFOs when I was a child, but that really resonated. And then I started my own, The Great Cosmic Show, to interview people who have experience like you do yourself with extraterrestrials who see UFOs. Um, and I also did plant medicines, ayahuasca, but also shoko bliss. That's like ayahuasca light, to do some inner work and inner communication. And that's one time that they told me, okay, first they told me we're going to make a channel of you, and I thought, okay, I have my YouTube channel. Maybe they mean like a
Right.
channel to communicate. And then one time in this trip or channeling session, they said, okay, but you're here to be like a kind of press officer to tell the world before the mainstream media, all the people get to know us, that you are like a bridge for the new world, that you can introduce us, something like that. And I'm like, okay, I can do that, and I'm not afraid to talk about crazy stuff. Let's make it normal to talk about.
When they communicate with you, is it a download or during meditation or dreams or
Yeah,
what?
when I have the chocolates, it's direct communication. Then I can really first you get the buzzing sound in your ear, like the high pitch sound, and then sometimes I have the music on, and they say, "Turn off the music, you can't hear us." And then they
Wow.
communicate with me, and then I see sometimes blue beings, or it's just my higher self. I really believe that a other version of myself is already in a higher version of reality, uh, evaluated on a ship, or maybe giving me the answers I need for this moment. So mostly with plant medicine, but during the day I'm a projector in the human design, so I get downloads the whole day. So I must be really careful with what I do and put in the world, because I'm like multi-talented. People don't understand, because I do so much. Um, yeah, but that's all
Multitasker.
this open channel. You get so inspired, yes.
Now
And you see that, huh?
you mentioned that you it happens when you're eating the chocolates. Is the chocolates part of this
Yeah,
ayahuasca light that you spoke
there's
of?
ayahuasca in it, but not the DMT. There's heart opening herbs, so it's
Hmm.
really working on the heart. And I just pulled this card when you were struggling with your software, and this is also about opening the heart, because I think that that's the magnet, the communicating system, which we can use to open the heart. I used to live from my head a long time, like the masculine energy, always outside myself. I couldn't really feel well. I have twin boys too. They're 14, but when I got pregnant of my girl, she's 8 now. The whole feminine side of me got activated, and I started to feel more and to do more inner work. And I think that's for people who want to communicate. Try to do that from the heart. That's your main receiver, I think. Yeah. And I like to make jokes as well. I made this in the Black Lives Matter
Hmm.
era. That was 2020, to do the demonstrations, and I made this myself, like an artwork. to go on the
Were
alien
you
lives matter as well.
were you out walking the streets showing that sign?
Yeah, just to make awareness for that, because yeah, the whole Black Lives Matter, they had a polarization, but this will be a topic. Yeah, I even believe that everything can have consciousness. So also the humanoids or the robots they are introducing to us as well, they will want to vote one day, or they want to have rights. If we merge, there are two timelines. My other company is called Miss Natural Lifestyle, so I want to stay organic and natural, but a lot of people, they want to have the upgrades to activate their supernatural powers. But I believe we already have all those supernatural powers in us, which we can activate.
Well,
So we don't have the dormant DNA
well, you
or the
do
junk.
you do talk about that humans are evolving from Homo sapiens to Homo galacticus, which I
Yeah,
think that's a great name, Homo galacticus. I like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Or Homo universalis, or some say Homo Christos, because Christ consciousness is coming back. I don't know if that's the same in America, but a lot of Dutch people, and especially women, are going to baptize themselves. They're going back to Christ, to
Really?
to the church. And is that the same in America at this moment?
Uh,
Do
I
you hear
don't know.
that?
I don't know, to tell you honestly. I
No,
don't think so, but I could be way off
it's a whole
base.
wave. Yeah,
I'm just here in my
it's
UFO 24 hours a day. Well, not
okay.
24 hours a day. So
You missed that.
I'm here in my own little bubble, and I kind of don't under, I'm not familiar with what everybody else is doing.
Okay, yeah, you're alien.
Yeah.
Alienated. No, but yes, I talk about that because a lot of people are looking for things outside themselves, but all the answers are inside ourselves. And I help people remember who they are, that we are the ones we've been waiting for. We are God itself with all the superpowers. And that we can activate. And I'm activating my superpowers during my lifetime here on Earth again, and I'm getting better at it every day, because I just decided that I have those superpowers and I can activate them.
Well, what are your superpowers?
I have wings. I dance with my wings. No, I started to work with tarot cards, and I have a biotensor. That's all the extra sensors. But your
What
body
is
is
that? What is
a
that?
biotensor. It's like a pendle, but then it's more powerful. So you can ask questions and you can do healings with it. But your
Interesting.
body is a pendle as well. If I wanted to know, is this drink right for me, or you have an apple or something else to eat, and then you ask your body, can I eat this? And if you lean forward, then it's a yes, and if you lean backwards, then it can be really small, leaning backwards and forwards. Then you can use your own body as a pendle, or this is a
When
biotensor, it's called.
when you say pendle, I think we call it a
Yeah,
pendulum
pendulum. Yes, yeah, it's the ball with the
with the string.
chain.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Do you find that device is pretty accurate?
yeah. This one is really nice. Yeah, I love this one. Yeah,
That's interesting. Is that a
yeah. It's really
magnet on
nice.
the end?
Sorry?
Is on the end, the circular disc, is that a magnet?
No, yeah, it looks like, but my friend, she has one with a pointing point. This is a disc, but yeah, and she couldn't work with it because when she has it in her hands, it's like, ooh, really. She said, I can't do anything, and I said, so I learned her yesterday, ask it to calibrate and to keep quiet and show you what's a no, what's a yes, and how you can work with it. So now she can work with it. But all the energy is in your own body, and all the answers are in your subconscious, so you can tap into that.
All right, I want to let
But I
everybody.
don't have all the answers yet.
Well, none of us do, and I don't think we would
No.
even be in this realm if you did have all the answers, right?
Yeah, and if you do, you're not feeling really at home. I think a lot of people are here who have a lot of answers, don't feel at home anymore.
Yeah. Now, as I also mentioned in the beginning, I'm assuming you did, but are you the creator of the 5D dating site?
Yes,
So
yes,
can you
yeah.
tell us about that, the fifth dimension? How does that work?
Yeah, yeah, because we're from third to the fifth dimension, first through the fourth dimension, down the rabbit hole, and then we enter the fifth dimensions like a birth canal. It's
Right?
really hard to get through, but hopefully we have this nice experience one day in the fifth dimension. And some people say we're already there. It's just another way of understanding. So I started that in 2021. I already had the software, but I didn't do anything with it. And then my best friend, she came out of her marriage and she said, Eva, I'm looking for a conscious guy. He must be spiritual as well. And yeah, there are no dating sites. So then I said, oh, I have this software. Maybe I can create something. And yeah, I looked at the name 5D dating. It was available. So I made the whole thing, the apps and the website. And it's for awake souls, star seeds, light workers, the crazy people like all of us, to find like-minded souls. So also for finding friendships. But we already have a 5D baby and a marriage. So yeah, people are
Oh,
finding each other there.
oh, that's
Yeah.
great. How many members are do you have?
Yeah, I think now like 2000.
Oh, wow.
It's not like really big yet, but because it's a niche in a niche in a niche, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm focusing, in the Netherlands, but it's in English totally. So it's for the whole world
Mm-hmm.
that speaks English, and a lot of our people from America and England and Australia already on this app. And love has no boundaries, so you
That's
never
true.
know where your love is.
That's true. Well, I know that there's another kind of dating site that's similar. Like I think it's called Paranormal Date.
Oh yes, okay.
Is yours anything like that, or if not, how is it different?
Yeah, it's not focused on paranormal. You also have the other side that's called like unvax dating, or so I didn't want to emphasize the not being vaccinated,
Mm-hmm.
but it's important for the people who are on this platform to find people who are awake, who can see through the matrix, who know what's going on, because you have different stages of awareness and awakening. And you can be awake, about medicine or food, or seeing through politics, or then you have the spirituality, but you have also spiritual yoga people who aren't awake in the whole system. So I think 5D dating people are really aware of the whole picture. And of course, not everybody's at the same level of awareness, but
Mm-hmm.
the broader awareness and into self-development. I think that's the most important thing, that you are into self-development, that you are looking at your child issues, and that you don't bring your shit into your new relationship. I'm not pure with that as well, but we try to clean up ourselves before we enter a new relationship.
Well, I just want to let everybody know that if you want to ask Eva a question, you're more than welcome to do so, but type it in all caps. That way we can spot them easier. And there was already
Yeah, that's clever.
two people already love this. They said I'd like to watch a 5D 90-day dating show. That would be pretty cool to make it
Oh, a
into
90-day dating show.
a 90-day 5D dating show. Like I'll imagine like a
So 90
reality show.
days live on YouTube, a
I
show,
guess
or
I don't know. You'd have to ask who's there, but imagine making the 5D dating show into like some kind of reality show.
yeah, I love that as well. Yeah, and it could be Eve looking for Adam. I'm single as well.
Well, you haven't found anybody through your own website yet?
No, I'm single and I have my own dating website. How does that sound?
Yeah.
Yes. So I see everybody coming in. So I first, no, but that was my lesson as well. I jumped from relationship into relationship when I was younger until, 2.5 years ago, I came out of my marriage. And now I'm really happy with being single. So that was my self-love lesson. But now I'm open again for love and a relationship, or how do you want to call it? Because it's not like black and white. I think there are more variations of relationships. So if
Right.
you are already in a relationship, you can also join 5D dating. If you are looking for like-minded other couples, or maybe you have an other way of looking at relationships as a couple, that's also possible.
Right.
But I like the idea. Maybe we can arrange something with the show.
Hey, well, I wish I had the connections to create a TV show. I wouldn't mind being the host. There we go. Maybe
Yeah, me
somebody
too.
will
That's my
see this.
dream, to have my own
We'll be
show
the
on
host.
television. Yeah, I really love that.
Now,
So maybe in the universe now we put it in.
now we'll manifest it, right?
Yeah, it's already there. It's done.
There you go. Now, have you ever seen a UFO in real life, like in waking consciousness, or seen ETs?
Yeah, I did, and that's in lockdown time as well. I started doing retreats again because I saw Joe Dispenza was doing a retreat. I said, oh, and I thought I must do a retreat as well. Everybody's fed up with the lockdown, so I booked a nice venue, and then we started doing CE5 contact, the
Cool.
protocol of Dr. Stephen Greer.
Mm-hmm.
And I never done that before, but yeah, I'll just try it out. And you go into deep meditation, and then we went outside in a circle, and it was really in nature. So we had a beautiful open sky and the stars, and then with the binoculars and all the equipment, you start looking, and then you see crazy things, and not only things in the air, but also in the energy shift. You notice things, and especially when you stop with the CE5 contact and everybody goes to bed, then all the magic happens. It's like you're ringing on the phone the whole evening, ding dong, ding dong, and then they're like, yeah, we're coming, we must go there, and there's CE5 contact and there. And yeah, I have a story that one lady, she was in her bed, and then she heard footsteps on the sand, and she wanted to take a look at the window, but she was frozen. And I hear that a lot with you, in contact, that they kind of paralyze you, so that you maybe you heard that before.
Yeah.
So a couple of these crazy things. I think I'm still a bit scared to see a real alien like in my doorstep. Because I'm not that brave a woman, but I interviewed a lot of people who had UFO sightings, or are in direct contact, or go to inner earth. One lady, she's looking at this show, I think right now, Petra, and she even has hybrid children. She got
Wow.
abducted. Yeah, she has hybrid children, and I think more women have hybrid children than we know. A lot of women feel, not people, women, men can get pregnant. Women know they're pregnant, and then they lost in an early age of a stage. So I think they took a lot of the eggs from. And I think I maybe have hybrid children myself, because a psychic, he always sees children with me. I said, no, I don't want any more. I have 3. It's enough. Send them to other people. But I did a regression, like also the Dolores Cannon regression, the QHAT.
Yes.
That's and then I had contact with 2 other children besides my 3 children I already have. So I think that's more common than we now know.
Yeah, I've had quite a few female guests that have, or that claim to have had, or
Yeah.
have hybrid children, and I've even had one guest of a woman that it's been verified that she's pregnant multiple times, and the babies disappear.
Yeah.
So what you're saying makes sense, and your friend, whoever's out there, she maybe she could be a guest. It sounds like she might have some interesting things to say.
Yeah. So I'll ask her. She's not really she doesn't go on camera yet, because she's not, her environment. The environment is not really ready for this story, but she's opening up more and more to tell the story. So I'll ask her. Yes.
Well, you mentioned earlier that people in Belgium and especially women, are returning to the church and Christ consciousness. How do people in
Belgium and Netherlands.
and the
Yeah.
Netherlands, I'm at the Netherlands, excuse me. How does the general public in the Netherlands react to UFOs and CE5 and things like that?
Yeah, I think forget Roswell, Groningen in the north of the Netherlands, that's the UFO hotspot of the world.
Hmm.
The guy Anton Teube, he's on this mission. He's from the UFO, melt. How do you say that point that you can call if you see an UFO, you call that
Like MUFON?
line. Yeah,
Maybe
you have a
MUFON?
yeah. But that website is taken away from him in 2012 because you had a whole era in 2012 already with this. And but yeah, people are I think everybody believes that we are not alone and that there is more. So people are more open to that than conspiracies on of other topics. So I think people are aware that there is more, and I talk about this as like no, it's the normal thing, and I always say in this lifetime, I'm sure in this lifetime we will see open contact for everyone.
I
I
hope
really
so.
believe that.
I hope it's soon.
Yes, I thought it was already this year.
Well, a lot of people are saying 2025, 2026. So hopefully,
Yeah,
it'll all come to
but
fruition.
it's already there because they are there, and for the people to see. And like
Hmm.
the psychic firefighter, I had him in my show. He's already seeing the UFOs on a daily basis. So it's raising your vibration and opening up, and then more will be visible. I believe in first believing and then seeing as well.
Yes, I had a guest. I have a get. I just recorded a video with a guest, and I haven't published it yet. But he said basically the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And basically, he believes that it's not we're waiting for from the top down to say, hey, they're UFOs. We have to have enough people from the bottom say that they're real, and then things will
Oh.
change. By the way, we have a good question here from Wormy Joe 100. Where was that question?
Ah.
And he asks, how do you know if you have a hybrid child? What do you think?
Yeah. You can ask yourself questions. Maybe before you go to sleep at night. Maybe you get a dream about it, or with a tool like the biotensor, you can ask. If I can ask it for this person, you can get a yes or a no, or you ask for a sign, or you go to a psychic to how do you know? Yeah, for 100% sure, I don't think. Yeah, you maybe know, but is that important? I used to help couples to restore their natural fertility, to get babies into this planet, because women are a portal through this universe. I believe the womb is the portal to Earth, and you can ask the soul who you want to invite to come to you as parents to make a connection already. So for the answer for that question, that's my what I have to say about it.
Let me ask you this. If I ask you a question and can you test the pendulum, would it work through the Zoom like this?
Yeah, we can try. Yeah,
Because
why not?
I've been telling my audience, especially on the live shows, that I want a real ET that's here walking around with us on the show. And someone said I've already had one.
Yeah, I believe as well. But
And
I can
so
ask it.
we can ask and see what it says.
Okay. Did Jeff already had a real ET on the show? Yeah, it's going to a yes. This is a yes.
Hmm.
But I'm an ET as well. I'm
Right.
only 75%. I'm Andromedan and 25% human.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we are all ETs.
Right. How did you discover your percentages?
Yeah, that's really funny. I presented a show about extraterrestrials, and I didn't know yet. And then this lady come up to me. She said, "Oh, if you give me your picture, I can send it to this guy, and he scans this picture, and then he can tell you, yeah, what you are." So I did that during that show. And she came back to me, "Yeah, I already know what you are. You're Andromedan, 75%. And I have 3 children. They're all different. My girl is from Andromeda. My boy, one of the twins, is Arthurian, and the other one is from Sirius." So it's really funny. And then also how the person, the hertz, the frequency they have. So I vibrate really high, but maybe you already noticed I'm a busy woman. But so, and then that was just before I got on stage, and then I had to present my new guest. I didn't know who he was, so I asked, "Okay, how can I introduce you?" He said, "Yes, I'm going to tell you all about Andromeda." And I'm like, "Okay, that's really a coincidence." So if you really resonate with, if I read about Andromeda people or the star seeds, then they are all about freedom. They're freedom fighters, and that really resonates with me. The Pleiadian, they're really the soft and kind with the blue eyes, and the sweet ones. So if you read about the different star races and you feel like it resonates with me, and then you just throw it up. Okay, what do you think I am? And then things will come to you that will confirm that you are. But this guy, he could scan the picture. He looked at the eyes, and I don't know how he does it, but it's maybe I can ask. It's free with a friend. I don't have the direct contact, but I can ask if you are interested in that.
Yeah, maybe this person can tell me where I'm from.
Yes.
Now, someone in the audience wants to know if you can use the pendulum about a personal question for her. Is that possible?
Yes.
All right. Do you need to know her name or her screen name, or it doesn't matter?
Nice. Yeah, the name.
Okay, the screen name is Growth is in the Dirt. And she asks, is my pain due to karma? She asks, is her pain due to karma? She wants to know if her pain is due to karma.
I already got a no before. It's not in the. At first, I thought, no, I don't know. I don't think it's karma. No.
All right, we got a no on that.
No.
That's interesting. All right.
No. And what kind of pain does she have?
Well, all right. You can tell us in the chat what kind of pain you have. Can Jeff ask her, please? Where is it? Is she talking about her soul or her physical DNA? Were you talking about your soul earlier or your physical DNA?
Well, about when I was talking about what?
Yeah, I'm not sure either. That's just kind of.
I talked about maybe activating your DNA, because they say we have junk DNA, and I think we are just hacked or dormant. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have dormant DNA. So our soul or spirit, that's completely. They want to mess with that as well, but I think we have all the superpowers in us. Maybe she's meaning that what I was talking about.
Now, what is the name of your show?
The Great Cosmic Show.
The Great Cosmic Show. Is it a YouTube show, or is it where do people find it?
It's a YouTube show, The Great Cosmic Show, and I do like every week or other week I do like you do on Zoom. Mm-hmm. I do my talk show. Before that, I had the Miss Natural talk show for since 2012, but then I shifted to different topics, and So, but my main goal is to have a live audience in a real studio with professional team, spreading the word of consciousness. That would be nice.
So do you do this show once a week?
Yeah, I try to do that. Yes.
What is it in English or in? I guess you would
sometimes if I have English guests, otherwise it's in Dutch. Yeah, so I have a couple of English shows as well. So I have the domain name thegreatcosmicshow.com. You can see all the shows there. And 5ddating.com, and That's and also evavanzeeland.com.
All right. Let me.
Yeah.
There was a follow up to the person with the karma, the pain and the karma. She says that. Where did I lose that? Physical pain, bone degeneration,
Ah.
stenosis.
Yeah, and yeah, I also do a lot of food. Miss Natural Lifestyle. It's all about the organic, natural lifestyle. So I'm not sure what you do with your lifestyle at this moment, but it's a constant battle to detox this life where we're in. So I'm detoxing like every day, all day, trying to get rid of all the chemicals in the food, in the air, in everywhere. So if you can become more cleaner, eat more fruits, filter your water, try to be as clean as possible. Earthing is good, with your bare feet on the ground, in the grass, hugging a tree, in the sunlight. All the things will help you to activate your body to the natural healing, because I believe your body always strives to healing.
All right. There was. Remember with the question that I said, "Are you, um, is it physical or about your soul?" The follow up was what the person meant was when you say you're 75%
Oh yeah,
Andromedan, is that 75% physically or spiritually or
I
energetically?
think that's a good question. I think that's more like, and I think not my spacesuit. So I think the soul who entered the spacesuit.
Mm. All right. I have another one here that asks, can you speak on manifestation and the power of our thoughts?
Yeah, that's really powerful, and I sometimes mess that up as well. One time I asked, "I am ready to receive everything," and then the 35-year-old tree next to my house fell down, almost on my house. I once 2 years ago went to Israel. And I said at the Tantra festival, I want to be carried. And then I couldn't walk anymore. So you must be really specific what you want to wish for. And there was this guy I wished for, and he was in my street. He's living in my street. He just moved here a week ago, and he was everything I want in a guy, but I not attracted to him. So you must be really specific. I think we can instantly manifest. I'm really an Abraham Hicks fan. If you ask, it's given, but we have to allow it. So relax more like this movement, do less, get more. And especially for women, women are all in their masculine state of mind. So always doing. So if we do less, then we can better receive. So that's I think, because if you ask it, it's already given. I really believe that. But the art of allowing, that's the whole tricky thing, I think. Yeah, be the vibrational match to your desire. So be happy if you want to listen to radio happy.
All right, here's another one. What do you think about RH negative blood?
Yeah,
Do you
some
think
people
that
say
means
that's a different
anything?
star race. I think that's, that resonates with me. That you are a different star seed. That could be, or a hybrid, or I think there are hybrids or among us already. And also alien. I have this friend of mine. He's now 24, but when I met him, he was 21. This really young guy. He was in my first UFO show, and I see him shapeshifting every time he comes into the show. And he is an alien. I'm for sure. And he's
Wow.
so smart. He's so smart. He knows so much
What is his
information.
name?
Philip van der Linde. He's now on Bali, and but he's a new world leader already. So a lot of people. I'm a projector as well. He's also a projector. We we are going to get activated in 2027. The projector movement says that from the human design. I'm still waiting on that because everything I try, it's like, it's not your time yet, Eva, and I have to wait, and I get peanuts for everything I do. So I'm really ready to step in my power. And I think a lot of people who are watching this show as well, yeah, you must do what you came here to do. Stop your 3D job where you're at and start doing what you are here to came from for. Huh? Like you're doing Reiki or you're doing something else with healing. Don't hesitate anymore. Just step in your power and start doing that.
Well, what is your purpose?
My purpose is to help people remember who they are. And we are here for fun. It's just, it's all a game. It's the great cosmic show. So yeah, just make fun of it. Yeah, I even danced in the circus last year because it was on, yeah, it came on my path, and I thought, yeah, why not? With the clowns in a real circus.
Wow. Now, earlier you used the word matrix. Do you feel like we live in a simulation?
Yes, yes, yeah. Yeah, like the Truman Show or the Matrix, the movie. Yeah, yeah. This is my hologram, my spacesuit.
Well, in preparation for tonight's show, I did see on your website that I don't know if you're still a dancer. Well, you just said you danced in the circus, but I guess you must have used to be more of a professional dancer.
I know. I started later. I started when my daughter was born. When she's now turning 9. Then I got the whole activation for my to be more female, to be more in my body. So I started dancing, first belly dancing, then I started Brazilian samba dancing with the bikini and the feathers, and then burlesque. And then I became a showgirl at like 40 plus of age. And now you can book me on Showbird, and yeah, I teach burlesque classes, and yeah, for me, the message is for, especially for women, it's safe to be seen, and you have to feel safe to show yourself. But it's time that you step into the light and yeah, let yourself be seen and be a light for other people.
All right. What do you think is the most fascinating thing that the ETs have shared with you?
Mm. Um, mm, yeah, we are them and they are us. That's what I truly believe. So it's not they and us. We are them. It's just a evolution thing. Yeah.
All right. Well, since you are the Galactic Press Officer, do they have some big
One of them.
announcement, or one of them? Have they given you any big announcements?
A big announcement. Yeah. I I really feel that in my lifetime that will, and yeah, if there is one announcement, I have dreams that I see the sky full of the UFOs. They are maybe cloaked now, but if that happens, some people talk about fake alien invasion. You can feel if it's real or it's not real. So don't start to think in your head, but yeah, go to you can feel if it's a real spaceship, or because they operate it with consciousness, so you can feel it if it's real or not.
Have you ever had any other type of spiritually transformative experience?
Yes, with the Shoko Bliss, the plant medicines. Then yeah, they opened my third eye, my throat chakra. I got a new heart. I had a whole new body. I gave my microphone to the Philip guy. I was talking about it, that he could speak up more, and he did that later. Um, they told me to go to demonstrations with wings. And I did that as well. I made from 6 Dutch flags. I made wings just to spread to raise the vibration, because I'm not a demonstrating kind of person. But when you go to the demonstrations, back in 2020, those are the people who we are going to make the new world with. So that's all about spreading the awareness and spreading the good vibes. That's my mission.
All right. Well, your show is called The Great Cosmic Show. I'm assuming
Mm-hmm.
that's the name of your YouTube channel, right?
No, yeah, it's my own name, Eva van Zeeland, but the website is thegreatcosmicshow.com. Yes.
All right, you have that. You have the 5D dating. Do you have
Yes.
anything else that you're working on that you want people to know about?
Yeah, I'm writing a book. I still want my talk show, the dating talk show. I really like that. Maybe I'm going to do that as well. And with a friend, we are launching something really new, but it's something really different with an auction and then two women and then some show element in it.
Mm.
So no boring auctions anymore. Yeah.
The woman that was asked about her physical pain and you tested it for karma. She would like to ask. She's asking if you would say that if you could test if her physical pain is due to trauma.
Yeah, that
Can you
resonates more.
doubt do work?
Is the pain from trauma in your body? Yeah, then it's a yes. And then she knows it herself as well, and you can clear your trauma and your karma as well, but also tell yourself and your body a new story. I'm really a fan of Joe Dispenza, Becoming Supernatural.
Yeah,
I
this
don't know if
stuff's
she
great.
listens to the meditations, the mind over the body, you are the placebo. Really do that. You can reprogram all your cells and visualize yourself feeling healthy and better. Yeah,
Which
I
of
believe.
his, excuse me, which of his meditations are you listening to?
I listened to You Are the Placebo, and there's another one, The Mind Over the Body. I think that's
Hmm.
the name.
Where do you find those at?
I bought CDs a
Oh,
long time ago, and
do
I
you
also
get,
make mind movies with the moving images. If you want to do manifestation, that's also nice from Joe Dispenza.
do you feel like you get pretty good results from those?
Uh, yeah, I think I'm happy, but still, with what I've created in my life. But I'm more. My book is about becoming from fire to water. So from I was always the psalm swimming upstream, and now I'm more go with the flow. Okay, I'll see where life takes me. I'm more like, okay, show me the way. Not thinking about, okay, I want it this way. Okay, show me what's the plan for me.
Hmm.
So I'm now more in, yeah. How do you say the surrendering? Yeah, surrendering.
All right. Someone wants to know, well, Sunny wants to know, where did you get the pendulum?
Oh, this, yeah, online. Yeah, you can buy it online, but it's better if you can feel it in your hand. If
Mm.
that's the one for you, but it's like €100.
Is that like
In,
do you remember what the website is?
yeah, it's. I'll put it in the chat. Otherwise, it's biotensor. You spell it. Maybe I can put it in the chat later, and then you know how to spell it. Biotensor. It's now in the chat. Yes.
Okay. Biotensor.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, Eva, thank you so much for coming in and waiting for us and staying up so late for us. I really
Yeah, it's 3 at
appreciate
night
you.
now.
Yeah. Before we wrap it up, can you give us all one last positive message?
Yes. It's all good already, and yeah, I think I would love that it will get a bit crazier still, because then sometimes it must get worse first because when it get better. And I believe in the multiple timelines, so that there are more versions of Earth, like Bashar tells about,
Hmm.
that you can choose which yeah, vibration, or which, yeah, timeline you're going to hop. So I hop timelines. So just try it. Open a portal, do it yourself, and hop in that timeline. So you're already there. And don't focus on the things you don't want. Focus on everything you do want. And yeah, open your heart. Live from your heart. That's this beautiful card. And then your cup can stream, and you're a magnet to everything you want in your life, even love. And otherwise, 5D dating. Thank you very much,
Thank you
Jeff.
very much, Eva. We really appreciate you and have a great rest of your night.
Thank you.
All right.
Go to sleep.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
She's already gone, but there's a big round of applause for her. All right, that was awesome. That was cool. So I need to do a couple things here, real quick, a couple quick announcements. One is thank you very much. Growth is in the dirt, Shira, for the super thanks. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. And there was another one earlier. Jessica Sleep, thank you for the super thanks. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, and to let you guys know, because probably a lot of you weren't here earlier, that it's funny when I hear this song, I think of Vicky because this was his dance music. Yeah. Anyways, what I wanted to say was that tomorrow night's guest is one of the very few who she was in a car accident. She died. Her friend died. They were both going through the tunnel together during her NDE. And then when they got to wherever they went through it, at the end of the tunnel, they dropped their astral bodies and were complete energy. And then they were, I don't think she could see each other, but they could still sense each other. And then she came back and her friend stayed. So it's a fascinating NDE, and I hope you guys check it out. I think it's one that you shouldn't miss. On that note, let's talk about our next guest. Now, she has been on before. Her name is Kelly. Let me pull up my notes here. She was on podcast number 893. So that was about a year ago. What is it? 993. We're almost up to, well, we're past 1093. We're getting close to 1193. So probably 9 months ago. She is an author, channeler, medium, who's gone from a small town girl with fundamental Christian beliefs to a modern day mystic who has now realized that both the physical and non-physical beings from many realms and dimensions are part of her spiritual team. So let's bring her in and see what she's been up to. Kelly, are you there? Physical and non-physical. Kelly, are you there?
I'm here.
All right. You just need to
Okay,
mute the
I'm hearing you
YouTube.
talk and it confused me.
Well, yeah, the mute. I think you turned it off. Yeah.
Am I good?
Yes.
I've got
What
a
is that?
new microphone. Is that working okay? Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
that's cool. That's interesting.
Yay! I'm fancy.
Wait. Okay, guess not.
Hi.
For a second, I thought I still heard the YouTube video going, but I think it's off. All right. It is still on. Okay, you're gonna have to find the YouTube window. It's probably behind this and shut off that video.
All right.
Is that working okay? Yeah, that's cool. That's interesting.
Yay! I'm fancy.
Wait. Okay, guess not. For a second, I thought I still heard the YouTube video going.
Yeah, something's going on.
Yeah, it's YouTube. Excuse me. You're gonna have to find the YouTube window. It's probably behind this and shut off that video. Find it?
All right. Just a minute. Am I better now? No?
Oh, I might still hear it. Yeah, I still hear it. So you probably have multiple windows open. Maybe you could minimize your Zoom window and then you'll see the YouTube window. It's not a big deal. We'll figure it out. And for those of you guys watching, this is kind of like a behind the scenes when I'm with a guest before we start recording.
Okay,
we troubleshoot.
Is it better? Do I hear any echoes?
I think we got it.
Yay!
Yay. All right. So how have you been? When was it? About 9 months ago when you were on?
It was about 9 months ago.
All right. Can you briefly, for all the new people that have joined my channel since you were on, excuse me, and all the people who weren't here to see you for that original video, can you just kind of give us a brief story of your journey?
Yes, I would be happy to. It's kind of been crazy. Let's see, I would say when I was around 55, 56, I'm almost 62 now. Things took kind of a turn in my life and I started to go through a lot of turmoil, and I think now I would be able to honestly call it a dark night of the soul. Things kind of got rough, and I always had been a very happy person in my life, and all of a sudden, all of the things that I usually did to make myself happy wasn't working. And I did some counseling over a summer, and in just January of 2022, I channeled the first time. And it was part of that whole healing. It was, I had got done my counseling. Only did counseling for a couple of months. And yeah, I realized, my counselor said to me one day, she said, I want you to look up what it means to be a empath. And I had no idea I was an empath. And when I dove into the metaphysical side of the internet, it pulled the cork out of the genie's bottle, and the rest, as they say, is history, because I I have been it's been a pretty fast journey since then. It's been a lot happening.
Well, who did you channel for that during that very first time?
Well, it's so interesting, Jeff. When I channeled the first time, the energy was very familiar. I have been a spiritual woman my whole life, and when I channeled that first energy, the name that they brought through was Lacrosse, and that became to me the cross. Now, why Lacrosse? I don't speak any other languages, but I was greatly comforted in my life when I was young by Jesus. And I had a cross that I used to actually, I was just a little kid and I'd hold it and go to sleep because I was scared and lonesome when I was a kid. And that first energy was very familiar. It had a lot of the Christ consciousness within it. It was familiar, it was loving and comforting. That stayed, that was the beginning foundation as I began to trust what was happening and ask basic questions. It was just me and them, just the two of us. Well, I don't think it was two, but me and them, which them is a whole bunch more than two. Uh, and but then in June, so I channeled the first time in January, I believe it was 22. And in June of 22, I was meditating and I was channeling. And all of a sudden, I got hit with this big old wave of energy, and light language came through. And when light language came through, things really turned up. What was very comfortable and familiar up to that point, it was like I got plugged from 110 into 220. And the stuff that started to come through in the downloads and the information, I'm actually now beginning to understand to not call my communication with them downloads, because now I really am beginning, I know what a download is, and basic daily communication is not a download. A download is when you get hit by a bolt of frickety frackin' lightning, practically, and you're, I don't want to be disrespectful to it, but it's when a frequency comes through that is new and your body reacts to it, because you can't not, because you're literally, your nervous system can't handle it because it's new. It's a new frequency. That, to me now, that's a download. All of a sudden I'll be in a meditation, and all of a sudden it's like, ooh, the energy just turns up. And almost always when that happens, I get really, really complex new understandings about reality, about life, about all kinds of things. It's pretty it's pretty nuts, honestly.
Well, are you still living in that small town? And if
I
so,
am. I am.
how does the Christian community that you grew up with relate to you
Well, I
now?
don't I don't interact with them very much, to be honest. I had grown away from that community a long time ago. There's some people in my family that are still very much part of that community. just actually within the last couple of days, I had kind of a sad moment when I realized that a friend that I've had, we grew up together. I've known her forever. And it almost feels like now she almost this hasn't happened, but it feels like if I were walking down the street, she probably would cross the street so she wouldn't have to speak to me. And it hurts my heart. It hurts my heart, but I love her still. I love her unconditionally. And I understand because I had that belief at a time in my life. I understand believing that, she looks at me and truly, truly in her heart is afraid that I'm on a path that's going to take me to hell. She still believes in that dogmatic principle. And so I just bless her on her path. I know that her path is right for her. She just doesn't understand that my path is right for me. I know that there's no wrong paths. I know that every path is correct. I know that now.
Who are you channeling now, by the way?
Well, I think I would talk about that. I think I would talk about a new concept that's been coming through in the last month or so. The guides have been using the term reach. In the beginning of my journey, the first time that this basic concept came through, they dropped into my mind to reach to the four corners. I had this feeling, and these words came through, reach to the four corners, which gave me the feeling of like reaching out. And I hadn't had that up to that point. And I had a new download, like a real download, like I'm describing, where the big energy comes through and lots of new understandings come through about 2 weeks ago. And when that download came through, I know now I have an understanding that my reach has gotten exponentially bigger, farther. I don't really know how to talk to it. But when I say the word reach, it's almost like I see in my mind eternity. It's like I'm looking, you've got that background of the stars behind you. It's like I am reaching past the stars to the frequency that is whatever whoever I'm working with is pulling through. One of the greatest blessings of the last, since you and I talked, I do one-to-one meetings with people to help them. I channel and I bring through wisdom. And I've had some really significant things happen over these last 9 months. I mean, some really big things happen. I was working one-to-one with a woman when all of a sudden my sessions are an hour. We were 45 minutes in. And I said, "Oh, we've got 15 more minutes. Do you have another question?" And she says, "Well, yeah, I've got a question." She says, "I'm having this issue with my throat." And I'm in my head thinking, "Oh, I really I don't know what I'm going to do about that. But I always know that the guides probably will bring through something that's going to be comforting. So I shifted. And when I shifted, I actually went into an experience where I was literally, the first thing I saw was like a black screen, and I saw a hangman's noose. And it startled me. In the recording, I actually jumped back and flinch. And then I am looking like I'm up here looking down on a scene where it was very old fashioned. The dress was old fashioned, and a woman is on a gallows. And angels come in, a whole bunch of stuff happens. Well, and then I see this poor wretched person being taken to heaven, and I know that we have facilitated. In this particular instance, I know that the woman had been stuck. I don't know why I know it, Jeff. I just know it. That she, because of the trauma of her death and the injustice of her death, she hadn't transitioned. And so she had brought this throat issue through the generations of her people until this woman, who actually was evolved enough, she'd gone to all the doctors, ruled everything out, and then thought, this has got to be something energetically. And I had no idea. I had no idea this was going to happen. There's no deciding to do this. This just happened. And it's happened. That's happened twice. And what I know is that was them getting my attention to understand that there's a lot more there's a lot more coming. There's a lot more coming. There's a lot of change coming down the road.
I've got a few questions from the audience that I want to get to.
Love it.
All right, first is from AJ. He wants to know, I guess it's a he. I don't know if it's a he or a she. Could be either one, I guess. How can my down and out friend discover who his guides are?
Well, the first thing that I would say to that is that the first step is that all of us need to consciously acknowledge that we all have a team of non-physical support. We all do. I am surrounded right now. Now, I don't see them. That's not part of my gifts, but I'm surrounded. I feel them. You're surrounded. We all have guides that have been with us across lifetimes and incarnations that are always with us. And then you have, like for me, when when someone asks a question, and I mean, I'm not channeling now, but when I reach, I'm reaching to the frequency to bring the answer through. So what I would say to your friend is the first step is to acknowledge it. The next step is to, and these are concrete steps that you can do even if you don't completely understand it or believe it. Understand your sovereignty, that we are sovereign in this world. We are an extension of source energy. Know that free will is absolute in this dimension. It is absolute. So our free will, all the entities that want to help us cannot move past our free will. So when we, from our place of sovereignty, set our intention with our minds, even if we don't understand crap about how it's all going to happen. You're listening to this woman with the white hair on a Saturday night, and she says, set your intention from your place of sovereignty with my free will. I set my intention that I'm going to create a personal relationship with my guides. And then watch and wait. Because they are up there just waiting for the minute that you're paying attention. And so you get up in the morning and you say, I want to feel you. I set my intention because free will is absolute. You send your energy up and you say, I want to feel you through my day. And then you're out and about, and maybe, let's just say, a red bird flies across, and you think, oh, is that a sign? Is that a sign? Well, I'm here to tell you that if that thought crosses your head, it's a sign. And then when you say, oh, I think that might be a sign. Now, this is in your conscious mind. Your guides are up there talking, elbowing each other, going, hey, they paid attention to the red bird. Let's do that again. And it is literally just like that. They're waiting to get your attention. You walk into a room and you get a little bit of a goose pimple, like a tingle up your neck, and you go, oh, are you trying to tell me something? Now, there may not be anything for you to see, but your guides are going to go, oh, she was listening to that. She felt that. Let's use that. We're going to use that to get her attention. It is truly that simple. And it is a personal, loving relationship because they love us unconditionally and they are here waiting to help us. I mean, 3 years ago, I didn't have a friggin' clue about any of this stuff. And now here I am. So I'm here to tell your sweet, blessed friend that he is loved unconditionally, absolutely, perfectly unconditionally. And he is supported. And all he has to do is ask and listen for the answer.
All right. I don't know if you can give personal information right now or not, but this is for Kara. And by the way, Kara, thank you for the super thanks. I really appreciate that. She is asking, can you ask your guides what they would like her to know?
All right. You know what? Let's channel.
All right.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Just give me, all I have to do is just take a minute.
And how should I address the channel, as the reach or?
No. Just just ask the questions.
All right. And I'll let
Just
the
ask them.
audience, if they have any questions for the channel.
I will go right back and forth. I will go right back and forth. It's cool, Jeff. I've come a long way since you and I
Oh,
talked
well,
last.
great.
It is. It's really cool, but I can slide right back and forth really easy. But I'm just going to hold the name Kara in my mind, and I'm just asking my guides a message for Kara, and a message that will help her to be the very best version of herself. There is nothing more important than to know, dear one, that you are loved, that you are seen, and that there is nothing that is of importance to you that is not important to those who love you. There is a tripping point that humans often get stuck on. They want things to be complex and convoluted. And what we would say to you is that it is very simple. Sink into your heart in the present moment. Take a breath. Breathe into that which is you, which is all, and know your own perfection. Know your own love, dear one.
All right. Thank
There
you
you
for
go,
that.
Kara.
Thank you for that. Now they're starting to roll in. I have another one that
Good.
says, my name is Jennifer. Please tell me, if you can, what my guides think I need to hear in order to get out of this slump I have been in for what feels like years for the most part. Bless you. So the name is Jennifer.
We would say to dear, sweet Jennifer that you are speaking for the multitude, for the energy of the planet is changing so rapidly that it is indeed spinning ahead and creating a vibration of being stuck, being left behind, seeking something more. There is a calling, an invitation. First, we would say to you, there's nothing going wrong, dear one. There is nothing amiss other than the upset. And we say this to you, and we say it to the all ears who will ever hear these words. You are being called forward. The upset, the discord in your life is the guidance from your team pulling you in a different direction. You come forth with a plan, a cosmic plan. You set a pre-birth intention for your life. And let us say that the intention is in this direction. Your higher self knows the path to that beautiful, beautiful intention. When you are on the road and you are headed in this direction, the upset, the challenges, the physical ailments, pain, grief, all of that kind of human experience is what will help turn you in the direction that is for your highest good. That is not always easy for the human to hear. But we would say to you to sink into your own heart and ask yourself, what is it really that brings you joy? What is it really that makes your heart expand for the direction you are being called to is for your greatest joy? It makes me want to just speak a little bit to that, Jeff, because since you and I have chatted, I've had dozens and dozens and dozens of one-to-ones and groups, and a lot of experience with people. And there's a basic truth of humanity right now, and it was my truth 3 years ago. We feel like something's missing. I bet that the people listening, how many of you are sitting and you think, there's nothing wrong in my life. There's nothing going wrong. I've got a decent life. I've got a good yada, yada, yada. And yet I'm not okay. I'm not happy. That is because the frequency of our planet is changing. We are being drawn forward. When I started this journey, Jeff, there was you and as many as I could count on both my hands, people that did the kind of work that you do. Now you can't count them. When I first got light language, I had to dive into the internet. I had to really dig to find out what light language was. Now, my gosh, everybody can do light language. And they're really doing light language because we are being called forward. Not everyone, but people are awakening. Their hearts are breaking open. That is what this is all about. That is why I'm up way past my bedtime talking with you, because it is so important for people to realize when crap is going wrong, it is the loving, beautiful universe trying to get your attention. They're going to try to get your attention with mental and emotional upset. And if you don't pay attention because of that, they're going to start making you sick. They're going to take away your money. They're going to take away your relationships. It's the way it works because you made a plan before you came to Earth to end up over here, but you are headed dead straight in this direction. And until you fix it and go in the right direction, you're going to keep having the hurdles. The hurdles are the things that will make us stop and take stock and rethink our life and figure out what the hell's going wrong. So,
all right, I have a lot of questions here. I'll get to the next one. This is from Linda Burton. I would like to know if I have ever had any contact with other worldly beings.
I'm not even going to channel for that because I can tell you I'm a little old country girl from Maine. And if you've talked to more than 10 people in your life, you have talked to otherworldly beings, because we are all interwoven And if you had told me I was going to say that 3 years ago, I'd have thought you had rocks in your head. My understanding of the whole intergalactic stuff was just coming into the front of my brain when you and I had our first interview, Jeff. But as far as her own personal experience, I will say to your people as they're putting their questions in, I'm not psychic. I don't do psychic predictions. I don't read. And you even described me as a medium. I don't do medium stuff anymore.
Okay.
Because I can, but I don't. It's not my joy. It doesn't bring me joy. So there's lots of people that do it, but I don't. So I just want to say that because like to look into somebody else's personal experience, I don't know. I don't try to do that.
Right. The next one is, her name is Shira. She wants to know if her pain is due to trauma, and if so, which trauma?
I will ask the guides that. As has been spoken, dear one, pain is communication. And indeed, there can be the passing down through time, even through other incarnations and realms and dimensions that can be brought into the present moment to be dealt with in whatever way that is needed, getting your attention. To ask specifically if your pain is due to trauma, we would say, what does it actually matter? Your pain is indeed due to an energetic, what's the word they're trying to give me? Not quite upset, but okay, close enough. We're going to say upset, an energetic upset. I think as we would move forward in answering the question, we would think that more pertinent would be how to move past the pain. For that would be, we would imagine, the object of the question. And we would say to you, dear one, what is your relationship between you and you? For oftentimes pain comes through to get your attention to the relationship that is being called forth between the sovereign part that is the human and the humanity that is the human. There is an very integral relationship between these things. And as you develop your relationship between that which is your divinity and that which is your humanity, you will begin to take the layers of knowing and understanding between your knowing, your understanding of the root cause, we would say, of your pain. The word sadly comes to Kelly's mind, but it is more of a consternation. It is a consternation when you think about pain being information, communication, and the fact that it may not even originate from this lifetime. for all time is now. And so it is not at all uncommon in the human experience that physical manifestations can boil up and be something that is begging to be dealt with from your more highly evolved state than in previous decades, incarnations. We use the term previous. Time is not at all as you understand it, for it is indeed all happening now. But for the sake of the communication, we would say that to understand that in this timeline that you are in now, you have a greater understanding of the effects of energy on the human apparatus. And indeed, you can transform, transmute negative shadow energy within this lifetime, which then could have the effect of resolving the pain. So we would, just to sum up, as this one is often asking us to do, say to you that the cause is not particularly pertinent. We would say to you to see the perfection in it, to see it as the gift that it is, loving it unconditionally, and allowing it to be transmuted as darkness is transmuted to light. That's a pretty deep conversation there, but
All right. Well, I hope that,
I hope it helped, kid.
I hope it helped. Yes.
I'm going to share with you.
Okay.
When one of those big events happened where they took me literally into a different incarnation, like a past life, it knocked me off my feet. I couldn't even talk about anything for weeks. But one of the knowings that they brought through to me that helped me to get back on track again was they actually called me a ventriloquist doll. I asked them what responsibility does the channel have to the answers to the questions? And they said, would you blame the ventriloquist doll for the words that come out of its mouth? And I literally went, really? You don't you realize that a ventriloquist doll's head is wood? And I laughed, and I felt their humor as well. But it was when I really understood that the higher self of the people that are asking the questions are bringing the answers through me. And so I don't get credit for it, and I don't get the blame for it either. So that's kind of it's comforting to me.
Yeah. Well, if somebody was beginning a journey like you have been going through, what kind of advice would you have for them?
Oh, you're not batshit crazy. As these gifts open, I have so much concrete evidence. For me, a lot of my evidence is physical. My jaw shakes, when a big download comes through. I mean, sometimes I'm flinching, and it's almost painful. Excuse me, almost painful. Because our bodies are not used to the level of frequency that this energy is. So when a new download comes in, it's almost painful. So I have all of these kinds of experiences that give me physical evidence that it's happening. And I still will sit and ask myself sometimes, is this real? Is this real? It's mind blowing. When the first time when light language came through and I started to just spew all of this gibberish, and my hands were going, and I'm like, what in heck is that? So the advice I would give them is feel, to feel, and let the feelings guide you. Because when the light language came through for me, and I was really, really afraid, I immediately called out in my mind to my guides. I'm like, I'm scared, I'm scared, I'm scared. Because I mean, my mouth, this is happening in my mind. I'm talking to my guides, and my mouth is just a going. My hands are going, and I don't have a clue what's happening. And they said, then stop. Because we have free will, Jeff. We can stop. Nobody has to channel. Or at least in my experience, I can stop at any time I want to. But I said to my guides in that moment, and I say it to them all the time, is this for my highest good? And they said yes. And so they pulled around me, and I could feel that unconditional love. I could feel the love. We are interacting with other worlds, other dimensions, realms. It is real, and it isn't something to be taken lightly. You know, there are things, there are practices that are important. It took them a long time to get me to the place where I understood the importance around uh, protection, and I just wouldn't even talk to them about that, because I'm all about love and light. Why do I have to think about protection? And it was when that was in the beginning, when the ETs, when I really started to realize I was channeling extraterrestrial energy. And how do you know that? I don't know how I know that. I just knew that. I just knew. I just knew. And that's just the bottom line. And I don't have to try to convince anybody of anything. But when the ETs started to come through, you know, they gave me beautiful explanations of, they called it common sense. They said to me, because I'm a little country girl, I don't even lock my doors at night. And they said, would you take your car into a city and not lock your car when you get out of it? And I said to them, no, of course I'd lock my car. They said, are you terrified that someone's going to steal your car? And I went, no. They said, is it common sense to lock your car? And I said, yes. And they said, there are common sense practices that someone who works with energy and opens and reaches into other stuff like I do, they said there are common sense things you need to do. In the same way that I don't leave my purse in my cart and walk away at the grocery store. They use that as an example as well. They said, you don't do that. You're not terrified of being mugged, but it's common sense. You pick your purse up while you walk over and grab your eggs, and then you come back. And so there's a term called energy hygiene that's new to me. And I think it's starting to be common, like on YouTube and stuff. And energy hygiene means tending to your own energy, cleaning your energy, balancing your energy, protecting your energy, grounding your energy, all of that. That's important. It's very important to do this work. It's what keeps you from getting too overwhelmed, because it is incredibly overwhelming. These understandings are so out there, and so just, I mean, it's just a lot. It's a lot to go from believing that we were born to this earth, we die, that's it, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I believed all that up to 3 years ago. That was my belief system. And now I understand. Not only do I understand the multiverse, I see the multiverse. They show me the multiverse. What happens in my mind, what they can do within my head, and explain and show me. It's just, it's amazing. The reason that I wanted to get together with you again was because what is different for me, or at least on the surface, it appears different for me, because I haven't found anyone on YouTube that is sharing this, and that is, things don't stay the same for me for a month. I just acclimate into whatever the most recent download is, the most recent understanding is, and another one comes, and it takes me to the next level, and it takes me to a new level of understanding. I mean, I look at these beautiful, beautiful channelers that have been channeling, for 40 years. They don't say that happens to them. And so I think to myself, either it happens to them and they just stay the course so that it isn't confusing to people. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know, but I know that it doesn't stay the same for me. It hasn't stayed the same. It's new and new and new all the friggity fracking time. I just put a YouTube video out just today, and it was a lot for me to do because it was really vulnerable, because you can hear in my voice how altered I am and how overwhelmed I am. And it was the last big download that I got was about, well, 2 weeks ago today. Actually, it was 2 weeks ago today. And it lasted about an hour and 20 minutes. And then there was about another hour and a half with two different interactions with people. But I was still completely altered, and they were just coming through with all kinds of understandings and knowings. And I put it out there because I want to talk to the people that this stuff is happening to. I want them to understand that it isn't, like I love them all. Bashar, Cryon, I can't think of her name. She's got white hair and she's been doing this for 40 years too. I can't think of her name, but it's like the messages and stuff. It's new messages, it's building on their messages and whatnot, but it isn't like all new understandings. And with me, that's what it feels like. I shared with you, all of a sudden, I've got this whole thing about dragons. Dragons. My husband asked me the other day, he's like, so what the hell's up with dragons? Because I had YouTube videos coming and we share YouTube. He's
Right.
like, what's up with dragons? I'm like, well, guess what? There's lots of different realms, and I now am getting information from a dragon realm.
I had a
Now,
guest
how do I know
once.
that? I don't know.
I had a
Go ahead.
guest once that he sees cloud formations as dragons. And he takes pictures of them.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. I don't understand it. I don't have to. I'm really okay with not understanding. What the dragon information and realm, when that opened, what it has given me, it's given me two things. Here comes my jaw. It's given me two things. There's been a new process that they've been giving me of transmutation of energy, to be able to literally like merge with someone and breathe in their shadow, if that makes any sense. Like because I can see the perfection of it now. That sounds so crazy, but what that energy, the portal that has opened up, that has to do with the dragons, there's a purification there. There's a beautiful power that is helping me. And I know when I blend and I do this work and I don't even understand it, Jeff, I don't, but I just surrender to it and they use me, and I'm not doing anything. They're doing it through me. But when the transmutation of the energy has happened, I get a smile. I can't not smile. And I know I'm done. And I'm able to just step right out of the experience. Boom, just step right out of it. It's incredible. And that's this new portal that's open, this new layer of energy. Yeah. So it's a lot. It's a lot. And it, yeah.
Now, what is the name of your YouTube channel?
Present Moment Magic is the name of my YouTube channel. And I do have a website now that's called, it's presentmomentmagic.net.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting ready. What's the date? Today's June 1st, actually. June 12th, I'm going to be doing a deep dive. I'm doing a book club where I'm part of that big download that happened last Saturday. They said to me that the steps, I've written 2 books, and I wasn't even, it was just about at the year mark. It was before I was interviewed by you the first time, but this book came through me, and in that book, I brought through the angels of the chakra system. So I channeled a group of angels, but they've kind of guided me to do an in-depth book study. It's going to be a 10-week. It's going to be pretty cool. And they said that I'm going to be taking people through the steps that I have had to go to get to where I'm at, but it's going to be over 10 weeks instead of over the last, year and a half or whatever. So it should help people. And I can tell you that the people who are following me and who are interacting with me a lot, I'm having people that are being able to channel now, and it's really cool. It's very, very cool. But so yes, so go to my website, presentmomentmagic.net. Um, present, I'm going to actually, July 21st through the 25th, I'm having my first retreat. That is going to be, if you go to my website, I haven't got it posted yet, but I'm going to be. I'm actually having an in-person retreat it's going to tap out at 12 people. I'm only taking 12, but right here at my beautiful lake, it's going to be awesome. So there's all kinds of information. If people want to be part of my tribe, they can just email me at kellybelker7@gmail.com, and I'll add you to my tribe list. And as I do different things, and I usually do a Zoom meeting at least once a week, but I do it when it feels good, and I don't have a particular day yet that I do it, but yeah, I'm doing stuff. I'm having fun,
That's
living
great.
life and loving it. Yeah.
That's great. Well, before we wrap it up, can you leave the audience with one last positive message?
Absolutely. Oh, they're wanting me to bring through a light language blessing. Light language brings through codes and frequencies. There was something spoken on your last guest. They spoke about dormant DNA. What I know is that for your listeners right now, if you say yes in your heart, and what my guides say is they say, let the language of light fall on your ears and fall into your nervous system. That literally let it flow through your body like your blood is flowing through your body, and allow it to do whatever it's going to do. And I'm going to bring through a little light language, and then I'll give you your last little piece of stuff. But
Right?
Ariotozi kiniana kataromana kiesoto oro ariana kiatarakomana. Ariana kumana niano soriana kipata arokumana. Aroto soriana kia tiatarona. Ariana kumana nakiatata oso kumana arakuma akama. Oriana kia satariana koto or kiana katiana koto. You are loved, you are loved, you are loved. Ariara kumara ki. Arakatiara kumazariana ki. From day one, my guides have taught me about the relationship between me and me. Every one of us are trained. We are all programmed. That's part of our journey on earth, is accepting the fact that we're going to be programmed. Even psychology understands that we're programmed from the time that we're of inception, basically conception, until we're about 7 to 9 years old. In that programming, we are taught to look outside of ourselves, to do for others, to give. How are we going to make a difference in the world? How are we going to help other people? My guides have been teaching that number one, we are all one. We are one. You are me and I am you. So when I love me and I care for me and I nurture me, I am nurturing the world. I'm loving the world. I call you all who hear these words to look yourself in the mirror and find the love that God has for you, from you to you, for you to find your own way to loving yourself, because there's nothing greater, there's nothing better for you to do in this world. And when your tank is so filled because you are living a life so loved, because you're not looking to anybody else to love you, you're loving yourself, then it bubbles out and your light shines and you draw wonderful people like Jeff into your life. And it's awesome. And it really and truly is how it works. So love yourselves because you are loved.
I know I was getting a last message from you, but I just saw this and I just wanted to see if you can help this woman out real quick before you go. It says, "Hi, my name is Vivian. Wish to know how me and my daughter can connect with my estranged son David, and where is he now? He suddenly disappeared from our life." So a woman is trying to find her son.
Well, again, I would say, I'm not a medium and I'm not a psychic, so I don't have that kind of information. But what I can say to you, sweet, sweet lady, that I know for sure is that when we think things are going wrong in life, they're not. That your son chose you to be his mother. He made plans before he ever came forth to this world. And it probably has, lots of trials and tribulations as part of it. He is on his journey and you can't fix it. You can't fix it. You can't fix him, but you can love you. You can be happy, because guess what? There's no amount of sorrow that you're going to have that's going to affect your son. And you get to be happy. And it isn't a testimony of your love. That's another one of the great deceptions of humanity. If I love this person and they're not happy, I can't possibly be happy. Or I don't love him. Well, that's just not true. The law of attraction says we create our own existence. You create your existence by your vibration. If you are filled with worry and sorrow over your son, then you're creating a life filled with these hardships. What I do for my kids, I have adult children, I sit and my history is I'm come from the Baptist world. We prayed them into God's hands. I still pray my loved ones into God's hands. And I know I use my faith, and I know that they are on the path that they are intended for, that nothing is going wrong. It looks like it. I know it feels like it. And my heart breaks for you, and I love you. But find your own way to happiness. See your son happy. And if you can't picture your son happy, then go over here and picture playing in my field with my unicorns. Because if you can get your mind onto something that's going to lift your energy, that has more positive effect than all the worry in the world. So that's what I would say. And I bless your pumpkin heart.
Kelly, thank you for coming on and being my guest and channeling for us tonight. Good seeing you again.
Thank you so much, Jeff. I really appreciate it. This has been fun. I can't believe I'm up this late. I'm never up past 8 o'clock.
Oh, well, it was worth it.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Have a great night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, a big round of applause for Kelly. And we had a busy night tonight. All right, so a couple quick announcements before we go. First, I need to thank Stephanie Wilson for the super thanks. Thank you very much for that, Stephanie. Now, tomorrow night's podcast is of a woman who died in a car accident and the driver died. So they were together on the other side during their NDE, going through the tunnel together. And then whenever they reached their destinations, they dropped their astral bodies and were pure energy. And I think they were still together, but didn't see each other. But one came back, obviously my guest, and the other stayed. So I think it's an amazing NDE. And if you're really into NDEs, it's something that you should listen to tomorrow. It's kind of a one that you shouldn't miss. Besides that, the next podcast is with a man who was in the secret space program. They created a copy of his body, and they aged it. It was real interesting. And he lived another life for 60 years, and they created his original body copy as well. So when he came back at the same age. They just put his consciousness back in the copy of his other body. So I guess they made two copies of his body, one for the secret space program and one for Earth, or this realm, when he came back. And I think you guys will find that one fascinating. So that is the next one. Let's see what else is going on. By the way, if you are in the description below, there's a bunch of links like to our other YouTube channels, our Facebook profiles, mine. You can friend me. You'll see my last name is Reynolds. My beloved wife is Mara. So that's maybe some people don't, most of you guys know it, but the new people don't. I still see comments like, who's Mara? So that is there. And let's see who's coming up this week. I have a really, really busy week coming up. I have couple well, let me see. First, we want to bring Mika here. Mika wants to say hi to everybody. I can get her up high enough. Let's see what's comfortable for me and her. Yeah, I'll put her up here. There she is. There she is. All right. So, let's see. I think I've got to record 2 NDEs on Monday. I've got another one on Tuesday, and a woman named Allison Carmody, if you guys know her, on Tuesday. Rachel Corpus, I think is an angel, something to do about angels. On Wednesday, I have another NDE to record on Friday, and as the weeks go on, they fill up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have anybody scheduled, I think, right now for Thursday, but I could have 2 people contact me tomorrow morning, and all of a sudden I fill that space. So it's going to be easy to do. And so those are the ones coming up. So but that, again, that's going to be a good NDE for you guys to check out. Mika, why don't you look forward? She's just looking this way. I see someone says she has such a cute face. I have to turn this way so you could see that cute face of hers. All right, well, guys, it was a busy week, a very, very busy week, and I hope you enjoyed the videos that we bring you. We're staying pretty consistent on a brand new video for you every night, and so we have a new one again for you. Anyways, on that note, thank you guys so much for coming and sharing, and well, not sharing, but coming and hanging out with us. By the way, again, if you are a member, tomorrow night is the member hangout at 7 p.m. Central Time. So if you want to do that, we'll be there tomorrow. And other than that, I guess we'll see you next Saturday. So thank you guys so much. We love you. God bless you, and good night.